in my opinion, religion doesn't have anything to do with God. Hey, fortunate one. Yes, I'm talking to you. You are fortunate. We are fortunate that we are alive and we are breathing today and we can choose joy. So today I'm coming to you guys to talk about what now? Religion or spirituality? So many people ask me, what do you do now? Where is your faith? What is your religion now? And one young man in particular wrote like this long message to me saying, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I'm frustrated. I'm angry and alone because he was disfellowship. So I would say now that you're free, do your research. Do your research. If you're looking at another religion, do your research on that religion. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. All I can do is share my experience. And that is a part of the beauty of you being out of that organization or any type of religion that has all these rules that they use and tell you that that's the way you have to be closer to God. You're free from that now. So the responsibility lies on you to look into other religions and see how you are supposed to serve or live your life on a spiritual level. Now, myself, I am not a part of any religion. I'm not a part of any denomination. I am growing in my spirituality. With the research that I've done over the years, it started with the first light bulb that came on where I was like, oh, these religions kind of all seem the same, was when I was a freshman in college. We had to take a class called Intellectual Heritage. And some of the assigned reading came from the Bible. Some came from, now that was the King James Bible, so I thought that was wicked because we have to, as a Jehovah's Witness, I thought only the New World Translation was accurate. But I didn't feel too bad reading the King James version of the Bible. Like, I bought it at our bookstore, at the school bookstore. When the class was over, I got rid of it because as a Jehovah's Witness, why would I keep something different in my home? That's not what we did. But we also had to read a portion of the Quran. And the portion we read, it didn't really stand out to me. But then I remember flipping through it and seeing Abraham's name in the Quran. I was 17 years old. I was like, people that are a part of Islam believe in Abraham? I didn't have any Muslim people in my class that I could talk to. I didn't know any Muslim people personally at that time. But that was something where I was like, I didn't even know that. Like, I didn't even know as a high school graduate, freshman in college, that Abraham, the prophet, was in the Quran. So that was the first thing where I was like, okay, he's in the Bible, he's in the Quran, what's going on? I had such a level of ignorance about history, geography, all of those things. So and then the next step was a friend at my job gave me the King James version of the Bible. Then someone gave me some spiritual material. I've done a lot of research. I've read all different types I have so many Bibles around here. So this is one of my King James versions. I also have the Holy Bible, the revised one for Catholics. I have so many spiritual books that I've been reading, and in my opinion, religion doesn't have anything to do with God. I do believe in a creator, one creator, but it's not the way religions describe it. The way religions describe it is as if we don't have our own free will still. They're using the rules of, in my opinion, if they're using the rules of the religion to control the masses. And I think most people that, the masses, either like myself, I did not do the research because I thought I knew it all. I thought I was where the truth was. There wasn't any need for me to do any research. And I think that's where most people are, that they think it's the right thing. So, after I spent years going to visit all these different churches, dragging my then brand new husband to all these churches, oh, he would be so mad. Because he always had a sense, even though he was raised Baptist, he said as a child, he always had a sense of that the churches were not all that they present themselves to be. Now, I'm not one of those people that preaches, oh, the wicked churches. No, because I feel like the people that are there are honest and earnestly doing what they think is right. And the reason, because that's how I was. I truly thought that I was doing what I needed to do to connect to my Creator. But I soon found out, as I matured and got older and started learning more, I realized, no, this is something that is used to control people. So I would say do your research and don't stick to only the typical European modern religion of what they call spirituality. Look into other things. I'm doing research. Look, if you can do some research into the Book of Enoch. Okay, so of course Enoch is in the Bible, most of the Bibles. Not the book, but he's spoken of. But we don't know a lot about him. So I homeschool my kids, so I'm really involved with their studies, picking their curriculum. If they do take classes outside of the home, I choose the classes. So my high school son, he is really into philosophy, history, the whole Greek mythology, and he just loves history. So we went here in Houston to, it's a Bible university, Houston Baptist, I don't know what it's called, but his philosophy class, we went there on a field trip last year. And so they had an exhibit on the Dead Sea Scrolls. So of course we've heard of the Dead Sea Scrolls. I remember hearing about the Dead Sea Scrolls when I was in the organization. But what they had listed was the many book manuscripts that were found that lined up to the Bible. Hence, their case was to support the Bible that we have, supporting this modern day religion. But they had, as something else that was found in there, the Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch was found in the cave with all of the other books. So why don't you recognize the Book of Enoch? So my son and I had this discussion, and he asked the philosophy teacher, and this is a class that he took that it was slanted, like they were not open-minded, and that's okay. The class was slanted toward modern day evangelical Christianity, but that's okay. My son, I have trained him as much as I can because of what I went through. I want my kids to understand that everything you hear is not always what it seems, and you need to just take it in. Don't be arrogant. Listen, but then you need to formulate your own opinion. So he asked the teacher, the Book of Enoch was found with these other manuscripts and scrolls that the church says these are the gospel. Why isn't the Book of Enoch in there? And she gave the same response that any leader in a religion or a teaching position would say. Well, they're just not sure if they can validate it. Well, then how do you know you can validate the other ones? Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, the Old Testament, and then like some other historical manuscripts were even found, that copies of manuscripts were found that didn't even have to do with religion, and they were found to be valid. So why aren't we looking at the Book of Enoch? So I hurried up and ordered me a copy of the Book of Enoch, because what life has taught me is when people keep pushing stuff aside and giving you the runaround, there's something they don't want you to know. And so I would say that my spirituality, not religion, is still growing because I am constantly studying new things, and you got to go to the source. You cannot go to what is put out in the schools. No, do not trust the history books that are in the schools that are being taught to your children. And then do your own research when it comes to your spirituality. So that is where I am with my spirituality, and that is the only advice I can give you. Utilize your freedom to research and see how you are connected to all of this, because there's all a purpose. This universe is so vast and so beautiful. There's so much going on that this little piece that people want you to focus on, like this job and different things, there's a lot more going on, and they want you to be distracted and preoccupied so you don't truly connect to your creator and harness your true power and know the way it's supposed to be. Okay, it's just the control goes beyond you getting out of this controlling religion. Okay, all right, take care, Fortunate One, until next time.